BBC's chief political correspondent Adam Fleming revealed a potential tussle among ministers as COVID cases go up. Chief political correspondent Adam Fleming has warned of potential tension over the next few weeks if Boris Johnson's new anti-COVID measures are deployed. The warning came after the Prime Minister announced his winter COVID plans on Tuesday, where he confirmed the return of mandatory mask wearing and a new work-from-home order, a part of the government's Plan B to combat a rise in new cases. Speaking on BBC Breakfast, Adam Fleming said, "I think there's gonna be a bit of tension over the next few months, about if and when Plan B is actually deployed. Because if you listen to the Prime Minister, he says, we've got these things in reserve, we might not use all of them at the same time, and they'd be a last resort. But then you get Patrick Vallance, his chief scientific advisor, saying, history and experience shows us that you've got to go hard, and go early, and often you've got to go harder, and earlier than you might like." He continued, "And then if you read these documents that were published yesterday by the scientific advisors on the SAGE committee, for example, you get a sort of similar message from the scientists advising the government behind the scenes as well." So I wonder if we will just see a bit of a tussle over that as the next few months progress, and the cases inevitably go up. But the scientists also put their hands up and say, actually some of their modeling in the last few months has been quite wrong. He went on, in terms of the political tension, "I think there's going to be two things in the next couple of weeks that will annoy Conservative MPs. The government has promised to bring forward, the ideas behind COVID vaccine passports for access to certain venues in England, so that businesses can prepare. Not introduce them, but just introduce some of the details of how it would work so people can get ready." And also the government's promise to provide a list of places where wearing masks would be mandatory if we do go into Plan B, and that's controversial with MPs as well. Scientific advisors have warned that between 2,000 and 7,000 people a day could be hospitalized with COVID in England unless Number 10 urgently implements a basket of measures. Boris Johnson's Plan B would be kept in reserve and be introduced if the NHS is being overwhelmed. His winter plan was to prevent the overwhelming of the NHS, while preserving the freedoms needed to boost economic growth and jobs. Documents show that the SAGE committee expects cases to rise in the coming months after almost all restrictions were lifted this summer. Chief Scientific Advisor Sir Patrick Vallance also warned that the pandemic is currently at a pivot point. He told the press conference Tuesday, "You have to go earlier than you want to, you have to go harder than you think you want to.